So no one knew who my business partner was. But after just a few weeks of showing up in the right community on Skool, he ranked in the top of the leaderboard positions, and people started looking at him like he was the go-to Skool guy, only because of his rankings on the leaderboards. And what I did for authority is I actually positioned myself with Rob Dial. He's the mindset mentor, and he has the #1 mindset podcast in the world and one of the best coaching companies to help you grow a coaching business online. And so I'm one of his coaches inside of that program. So that positioned me with Rob Dial. Another thing that I've done is I've launched my own top 1% global podcast, which has opened so many doors for us because we have our own stage for other people to come and share their expertise. And I'm going to show you exactly how we did it. This was done without chasing leads on social media and without relying on this algorithm or posting constantly on social media, leading to burnout. So if you feel like you've been showing up, you've been doing all of the things, but you still feel invisible, this is your wake-up call. I'm going to walk you through the 5 steps right now to become the instant credibility in your niche and start to have red hot clients coming to you looking to buy your stuff again and again and again. So let's get started. So firstly, let's just start with the truth. If nobody knows who you are a best kept secret. If you're a best kept secret, you're basically invisible in the online space. And what does that mean? That means that your business right now is probably relying on word of mouth and referrals in order to grow. And at what point you want to scale more than the incoming leads and inbound traffic that you're receiving, it's going to put you in a bit of a pickle. So we need to get more traffic. And how do we get more traffic? We've got to get known. So here's the ugly truth. Posting on Instagram every single day will not make you the authority. If no one's engaging and it's not helping you build your credibility, then what is it doing? So often I see people and the only thing that they're doing for credibility and for authority is posting on social media. You and everybody else. So that's not enough to position you properly in your niche. You need something else that's going to really anchor in the minds of your ideal clients that you are the authority and you are the person that they have to be learning from in your space. And if you don't have that, you need to do nothing but create that right now. And there's a couple of things that we do. One little bonus tip I'm going to give you right now is that if you're already working with existing clients, you have to be gathering testimonials like your life depends on it. Why? You're in the online space where the trust can be super low, especially if people are just entering your world. But if they're able to go to your website and just scroll, and all we have is love from clients and experiences and people that you've been working with in the past, that's further gonna help them know, like, and trust you from the moment that they enter into your world. So I want to get clear, number 2, is what does authority actually look like? Authority is trust. It's positioning, it's visibility, and it's results. It's working to magnetize the right people to you because they start to see you as the go-to person to learn a specific topic. And look, authority is built in stages, not virality. And I like to have a multiple-pronged approach to authority, especially in a busy online space. People might say, why would I want to learn from Jamie? Anything I can do to boost my credibility and my authority in their minds, and no, that does not mean that you need to go out and get certifications or degrees from college. A lot of times there's other ways to anchor in your authority that give you even more of it that can't be bought. So I'm going to teach you how to do those things in this video. So what authority really means is attracting high quality leads and clients to you while you sleep. You're having these authority pieces in place that work for you, not you working for it, aka social media. It's funny because if you look at my social media, that wouldn't position me as the authority. And in fact, I don't have great following on my social media. But there's a lot of things we're doing behind the scenes that turn our high quality leads into paid clients. If you can position yourself properly, this is where you start to have people show up on sales calls literally wanting to take pictures with you and saying, I can't believe I get to speak with you. This is insane. They're saying that because of the way you've positioned yourself. So if you don't have things like that happening where they show up credit card in hand, ready to buy because they're like, whatever it is that you have to sell, I'm in because I've already gotten so much value from you. I know you, like you, trust you, like you are the go-to person to learn this thing from, then you're doing it wrong. And you need to focus on building up your authority in the eyes of your ideal clients. I'm very passionate about this because it works so freaking well when you can do it properly. Number 3 is what I did to build mine, and what you can do today to start building up yours too. So we're currently pulling multiple authority levers, and I'm going to break each one of those down. So number one, we built a free community. What this did was this built trust, it positioned us as a leader, and it gives us our own stage. This is so valuable because the more people that join our free community, the further up that positions us in terms of being the leader of all of these clients in our world. It shows that we have people who are interested in learning from us. And the more that free community grows, the more it ranks better on Skool, which is a platform where we house that, which further positions us as the authority, right? We've been a top 5% Skool community. We've even hit top 1% Skool community status. And so what that does is that further positions our community and our expertise on the subject even higher up in the minds of our prospects. Number two is ranking on the Skool leaderboards. When we're able to do this in other people's communities, it shows us as the authority on that topic and brings people back to our core community. And so ranking on leaderboards, or AKA like getting known on other people's Instagram accounts or in other people's Facebook groups, and just constantly showing your face, it starts to show as you're adding value, answering questions, it positions you as the authority. So especially if you're just getting started and you're like, I don't have my own community, I don't even have a social media following, well, you can start to lean on and leverage other people's audiences and other people's authority until you have your own. It's really borrowed authority until you have your own. And really, it's leveraging other people's audiences, right? If we can do this effectively and you're leveraging the audiences of others who have already put in the time, effort, and energy to build up a tribe of raving fans, then all you've got to do is just position yourself to that audience, add value, showcase your expertise, and they're naturally going to want to come and follow you, whether that be on social media or in your own free community, wherever that is, they're going to start to find you and they're going to come to you as the expert. Another thing that I did was I created a top 1% global podcast. Obviously, we all start from zero where nobody knows our podcast or anything about us. Through consistency, through creating hundreds of episodes, I think we're at like almost 300 episodes, what I was able to do was get to know how to speak better, be able to share my story, which has allowed me to film this video with you right now, or else I would have no fucking clue what I was doing. But the reason that I'm able to film now is because of the reps that I've put in from all of those podcast episodes that I filmed. So I'm so grateful that I started it when I did. And the most valuable part for me about having the podcast outside of me learning how to speak more effectively was the stage that it created. Because I was able to, I was at Funnel Hacking Live a couple of years ago, which is an epic marketing conference. And I was there and there's this speaker who was on stage and I realized I want to have a one-on-one conversation with her. She is so badass. She probably charges $100,000 to coach with her one-on-one, right? And I was able to reach out to her team, request her as a guest on my podcast, and guess what they said? They said yes. So within the next couple of weeks, I was able to have a one-on-one, face-to-face conversation with that person who just took the stage at Funnel Hacking Live. She was basically in my office with me for 1 hour of time where I was able to ask her any question that I wanted and she just answered it. That's priceless. That's priceless FaceTime that you can't buy. Okay, well, maybe you can, but it'd be really expensive. I didn't have to buy it though, because by having my own stage, I was able to bring her onto the stage. Her name is Eileen Wilder. And by the way, she's made $1 million in a day twice. So I was able to ask her for advice, ask her questions, and get to pick her brain for 1 hour. How badass is that? Insanely valuable. And what else did that do? Now I was able to promote that episode and position my face next to Eileen Wilder's face, who everyone then sees her associated with Russell Brunson in the ClickFunnels world. And so that further positions me as an authority in my niche. And I've done that countless times with people like Mark Drager, and he's a YouTube sensation. You guys, if you're watching me on YouTube, you probably already know him. And so I'm able to have this stage and have this opportunity to bring other people who are badasses in their industry and total authorities, and then I can borrow their authority and their expertise, which I wouldn't have had access to before. And then lastly, it's really focusing on long form content. I heard this and I learned this from Vanessa Lau, who's a YouTube sensation. She actually took a year off from content creation and she realized that her Instagram from not posting decreased by thousands. Don't quote me on this, but I think she lost like 30,000 followers. She lost a lot of followers by just not posting, but her YouTube content actually grew her follower base and she continued making money from YouTube. And so I learned vicariously through her the power of long form content versus short form social media where you're relying on an algorithm. Like, when have you ever scrolled Instagram and seen somebody's IG reel from 2 years ago on your feed? Yeah, unless you're creeping and scrolling through all of their content, which good for you, I guess, because I don't think a lot of people do that. So if you really want to go through and like learn from someone, I think that is a good way to do it. But the algorithm is not actively showing that content anymore. And so in my opinion, I want an algorithm that works for me, not me working for it. And so when I look at YouTube and I look at long form content like a podcast, first off, it gives you more of that time to showcase your authority and expertise with your audience, but it's also going to be working for you years into the future. I mean, I go to search for a meditation on YouTube and I'll have meditations that someone filmed 7 years ago still pop up on the first page as being recommended to me. That's still trending. Think about the power in that. And so I want to be on a platform like that that's going to show my stuff for years into the future. Talk about duplicating your time, effort, and energy. Yeah, that's finding a platform that's going to work for you, not you work for it. So the fourth thing that I would bring up is what not to do. So here are some common mistakes that I see. Number one is creating daily IG content with no strategy or traction whatsoever, and thinking that that's enough to build your credibility and your authority in your space. The second thing is being a ghost online. Look, you could be really well known in your local area. You could be a big fish in a small pond. But if you come online and you're a ghost and you're trying to really expand your business worldwide, you've got to get known online just like you've done in person. And the way that we can start to do that is all the things that I just listed before. Those are great ways to really start to boost your authority. And I think there's so much value in positioning yourself with someone who's already doing it at the highest level and working with them to help anchor your authority within that industry. Kind of like what I've done with Rob Dial. I think another mistake is waiting until you feel ready to start showing up as the expert in your space. I mean, you have so much experience, so much expertise in your industry because you've been living it. You are actively doing the thing that other people want to do, or you've actively solved the problem that they want to solve. And so a lot of this comes down to your messaging. If your messaging sucks and you can't clearly articulate the problem that you solve and who you solve it for, then a lot of the work that you're doing in terms of positioning yourself as the authority, you're going to be speaking into the void. It's like yelling into an abandoned building trying to get known. If you're not speaking to one specific person with one specific problem, then how are they going to find you? I hear it all the time, and that's honestly how we know a new coach versus a more established authority, is because they want to help everyone solve every problem. And first off, that's a nightmare for you. Imagine solving one problem is enough work, let alone solving every problem for every person to get everything in their life that they've ever desired. Like, okay, so we need to probably work on your messaging and make it more efficient and effective to attracting your ideal clients to you. I would rather you be a category king or a category queen, aka big fish in a small pond, than swimming with the sharks who have been established in this industry for longer than you even considered being a part of it. They will swallow you whole. And so the more specific and the more niche we can become in terms of our messaging, which I will be sharing more and more content around messaging and positioning. So if you want to learn more on that, definitely hit that subscribe button so that you see my future content. But when it comes to messaging, just get this, I'm going to restate it again. You're speaking to one specific person with one unique problem, and you're helping them to solve that thing. If we can just do that, imagine how much faster you can gain authority and how much more quickly you're going to get known versus trying to yell into a sea of people who are distracted and probably already learning from someone who is established solving one singular problem specifically for them. We can't compete against that because they're so narrowly focused on a unique, individualized problem when you would be way too broad trying to compete with them. So the more specific and niche we can become, the more we're going to stand out as an authority in our niche. So here's what we need to start doing instead. So this is the Authority Ascension framework. So number one is leverage someone else's audience. If you don't have an audience, the best thing you can do is go find someone who does have an audience, build a relationship with them, and leverage their audience by adding value. And then guess what? Their audience now becomes your audience. So you can guest on podcasts, you can contribute in Skool communities as guests on calls, you can be valuable, you can become a coach in somebody else's program who already has that authority and already has clients. You can create your own platform. So this could be a free group or free community, your own podcast or your own YouTube channel, a place where you host the conversation. You can share your expertise in long form content and not have to rely on a social media algorithm showing your stuff to people, because you're in control of your SEO and optimization. And you can show your work consistently. This goes down to really filming long form content that builds trust, nurtures your audience, and helps them achieve their specific result without having to pay you money. I think one of the mistakes that I made when I was first getting started was I kept all my most valuable stuff behind a paywall, and I wish I wouldn't have done that. Like, in hindsight, if I could go back 6 years and I wouldn't have been focused on, master classes all the time, webinars, filming courses. I filmed so many courses, and I would have just focused on just sharing my expertise on a platform like YouTube, or, started my podcast sooner, I would have a much larger audience at this point. But since I kept everything behind a paywall and tried to hoard my expertise, it caused my audience to grow much slower. So once again, just to reiterate, I think there's so much importance in positioning you next to someone who already has authority. So this is from a partner, a collaboration, or just contributing alongside somebody who is more established, where your ideal clients are already learning from them and getting results. That's just further going to help you grow your audience more quickly. And this is all stuff, if you think about what I've outlined for you today, you can plug any one of these things into your business now. You can plug them in today. And I think the more that you start to look at how to leverage your authority and how to boost your authority, the more important you're going to realize that this is in order to help you stand out. This is where you go from constantly chasing and trying to figure out where your next sale is going to come from, to you signing clients without any struggle at all. We were in the car this morning, me and Steve's my life partner, but also my business partner, and we were in the car today, and I was like, I can't believe how easy it is to enroll clients. It's just so easy. And it's because there's so much working for us in the system that we've created that it gets to be easy. And so all those people out there who are struggling to scale their business, or you feel like you've hit this glass ceiling, I think so much of it comes down to your positioning and your authority. So if you feel like you're really serious about becoming the go-to expert in your space, the first thing to do is surround yourself with other rising leaders, people who are actively going after, similar things to you, and they know they have knowledge to share with the world, and they're ready to take the reins, and they're going to do something about it. That's why I created our free community, and that's for coaches and experts who are really ready to share that knowledge and expertise with the world. They're ready to build authority the smart way with real systems, connections, and collaboration. So inside you're going to find, bonus trainings, visibility opportunities, and the exact resources that I use to scale my brand and help my clients do the same. So if you're interested in joining us, click the link below, and don't build authority alone. It starts here, and we're here to support you. I'll see you inside.